Today we're looking at some diorama props for cheap, breakfast edition. Welcome back, folks. Once again, I am checking out some of these teeny tinies, these play sets from FiveBelow. I'm obsessed with them. I think I showed this one off, but I never opened it, so I figured if I'm gonna open it, I might as well show you what's inside, because if you're building a diorama, you might want some cool props to go inside that diorama that you can just pick right off the shelf, and they're only $5. And this thing comes with 20 pieces, so I think it'll be real cool. Get them out of the box, check them out, and then if you wanna go pick these up, there's so many of them at FiveBelow. So just looking at the box, looks like we get a lot of accessories with this pack. So these are always great value. Like when I did the Christmas Teeny Tinies playset, that one had lots of great stuff again. And these are only $5 at FiveBelow. So pretty cool. Looking at the back of the box, it shows you all little animations of what you get. And then it shows you the list of everything inside. So we're going to go ahead and get this open and then we'll check it out. All right, so here I have all the accessories laid out just like they are on the back of the box. So we're gonna go through each of these one by one and just kind of look and see what we got going on here. So the first accessory that we have is this frying pan, and it really doesn't have much paint on it. So I think this is something, this is cheap enough where I don't mind giving it a coat of paint and touching it up myself to make it look a little more realistic. So probably give this a metallic finish on the pan and then maybe a black handle. But I do like the detail that they put the hole in, like you'd see most pans have that. So pretty cool. This one will definitely need a repaint. Then looking at some of the food items is this croissant, and it's molded pretty well, but again, looking a little plasticky. So nothing that we can't tone down with some paint, but overall, it's nice to have another food item in the collection. One of the items that I think is fantastic in this set is this spatula. So this is one where they went the extra mile. I think it's painted fine, a little sloppy, but there at least is two tones here. So the tone of the spatula or the metal part, and then you do have a different color for the handle here. Again, it has that hole in case you want to hang it up on a rack like you would in the real world. Now this is pretty cool. I'm not crazy about the color because I feel like in the real world, you would probably see this. This would be some kind of sterling silver or metal or chrome. So I think with a little bit of a paint job, this could look a little bit more realistic, but nice little coffee machine or cappuccino machine. Now some of the food items are these muffins, and I think it's pretty cool. They come with different color wrappers. So nice little added detail. And with these, you're always gonna kind of get that sloppy paint. You could see the brown going on to that paper part. But overall, you still get some muffins, and you get 4 of these in the set. And I think 2 of them have, oh no, they're all different colors, so that's cool. So it's like a purple, a blue, a red, and then kind of like a pinkish color. So pretty cool to get some variations in these muffins. And then you get some different bottles, which I think is pretty cool. So you got the orange juice here, some OJ, and it looks like the Simply Orange bottle of orange juice that you pick up at the grocery store. So this is just a sticker. If you wanted to peel that off and make your own label to make it a little more real world, you can do that. Maybe paint the cap green. Usually orange juice is painted green up on the cap. So at least has the shape down. So really, if you wanted to do is replace the label, you can do that. Another one is this little bottle of hot sauce, which kind of looks like Tabasco. Has the flame icon on it, and if you can see in very small letters, it says hot right there. So little hot sauce for your eggs. And then we do get this bottle of maple syrup, which I think this looks like a lot of maple syrup bottles. Red cap, has that familiar shape. And again, if you wanted to put a different brand on there, you can just probably print off some sticker sheets and probably make one to go right on there, just to give it a real brand name. Other items you have that can actually interact with other ones. You have this sunny side up egg that goes right into the frying pan. So pretty cool. And then you can also take some of these other ones, like this piece of bacon, and put it inside the pan. Now this piece of bacon looks pretty detailed on the front. On the back though, it's just a flat piece of plastic, so you'd always have to keep it on this side. Other than the piece of bacon, you do get this sausage link, so depending on what you prefer, you can have bacon or sausage, or if you're getting a Denny's Grand Slam, you can get both. And then before you actually put your eggs in the frying pan, you gotta crack them open. So here's a half dozen eggs in the carton, and there's some definite sloppy paint work there. That looks easy enough to touch up if you want to. If you're doing it for toy photography, you might not even be able to see those details, but you can pretty much tell what it is. It conveys that it is a half a dozen eggs. So I think it does capture that pretty well. Nice detail on the bottom. So it can pass for realistic. I don't know how you would emulate styrofoam or that foam carton that eggs come in plastic, but this does the trick. And like most millennials, we love our avocado toast. Do we though? It's not something I eat often. The bread doesn't have much detail on the front or the back, but the avocados are actually painted pretty nice. So a nice green on top where you see it mostly, but there is a varying color on the edges, which I think is pretty cool because that's one less thing you have to repaint. This thing could pass for avocado toast if you're looking at it straight away. And then we do have this bowl, which can double as some cereal. It does say on the box that this is a fruit bowl. The molding of the bowl is pretty nice. Again, a little shiny, a little plasticky, but you can tone that down with some paint. So I think this would be cool to use with your action figures just as like a bowl of cereal. So that's a pretty nice one. And there's actually some pretty nice paint detail. There's a bunch of colors in there, so they did do a bunch of paint apps. Maybe these are marshmallows, maybe these are strawberries, but nice little accessory. And then perhaps one of my favorite items of the set is this stack of pancakes. So pretty cool, comes on the plate. Looks like there's a stack of 4 pancakes, detail with the syrup, and then you do have a stack of butter. But look, maybe this is printed on just based on how it got there, and they're just not printed very well, because you can tell that the butter is molded right there, but then the paint in that perfect square shape is a little off, and you can tell everything is kind of off. But this is all stuff that you can easily paint, and you know what, for $5 that's not so bad. And then finally, the last 2 items you get one coffee mug. Looks like it's empty, so you haven't poured it yet. And then you do get this other coffee mug that has some coffee inside. Maybe it's coffee, maybe it's hot chocolate, tea, whatever you prefer. So just a cup that you can put into your figure's hands. So there you have it, folks, the Teeny Tiny playset. This is the breakfast edition. I have one more of these I'd like to show off, but thought these are pretty cool. I'd keep loving to show these off based on diorama props. So especially if you are a builder, sometimes you just need some quick props for photography. These are really great. And just posing some of these props with my selfie series figure, these look pretty cool. And like I said, these are great diorama props to just throw into some photography if you need to, but definitely a great option if you don't know how to make some of this stuff, because I definitely don't. So hopefully you enjoyed this content. If you did, hit like and think about subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. And until the next episode, folks, we'll catch you next time.